Hey everyone, we are back and better than ever. It is WCBI After Hours. Some of these faces you've already seen in the last couple of episodes. We hope you really enjoyed those. We're very excited about them. But now I need to introduce you to a new face that's joining us today.
Yes.
Hey, Steph.
Hello, guys.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
So excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself before we get started. My name is Stephanie Poole, but of course you knew that if you watched the newscast.
And if you don't,
Yes. But I am from Gulfport, Mississippi on the coast. I went to Gulfport High School, went to Mississippi State for college, and now I'm here at WCBI. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary next week on the 28th.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's next week.
It's either next week or the week after.
Yeah,
it's coming up. Already a year here.
Already a year. It
Wow.
went by so fast, and I've learned so much, and I met some really great people, and
We know you're
except for
talking
this one right here.
Yo, everyone thinks Stephanie is so sweet, but she bullies me all the time. Low key.
you bully everybody else.
Yeah,
You
that's
might
about
vote.
It's for
sometimes.
karma retribution.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around, Sydney.
Yeah.
No,
I can't wait to bully all of you off screen then, because I'm an angel.
Oh, okay.
We might bully each other a little bit, but it's all out of love. It's not
Yes.
because
But she's a sneaky
we
bully.
stand up against
my
bullying.
Still going. We just talk about it.
Goodness. All right. Well, y'all, we have one important topic we need to talk about before we talk about other fun stuff, and that is voting. And why are we going to talk about voting? That is because it's 2020, and we have a very big election coming up this fall, the presidential election.
And we just had a past.
And we just
big
had
election.
a big state election here in Mississippi earlier this week. We actually inaugurated in our 65th governor of the state of Mississippi. So voting is very, very, very important.
Are you
Hot button
registered?
topic too.
I am registered, actually.
Raise your hand if you're registered.
Cool.
Pat yourself on the back.
I will be honest, though. I'll say it took me getting into the business of journalism to fully understand the importance of voting, and it really took the most recent presidential election for me to really kind of think about what I believed in and things like that to fully, I guess, grasp what it meant to
Well, you
choose my
hear
right to vote.
all the time, too, oh, my vote doesn't matter. Well, in some of these county elections, it literally, I remember there was one race, it came down to one vote. And so every time I hear someone around our age say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, I'm like, well, yes, it does, because I've seen races where you literally have to count every single vote because it is that close.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably a lot of, millennials, they just kind of don't think to vote. And I mean, Stephanie, you went to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
You're not from Lowndes County, but you still have to, if you want to vote, you still have to register in that county, even though you may have been registered in whatever county,
Harrison
County. So what's that process like, or what did you see? You're one of the most recent graduates we have. So what did you see like on campus as far as?
Well, they had programs where they would encourage students to go and get registered to vote or just, walk to the polls a little bit. And I participated in all those. But one thing that really kind of drew my attention was that people that weren't registered to vote in the county, they wouldn't like to do absentee voting. They wouldn't, they would think it's kind of too much, or they'll be too lazy to go up to the courthouse and get all that paperwork kind of filled out and taken care of.
I actually think absentee voting is super easy. So I'm not registered in the state of Mississippi, but I still vote absentee back home in Illinois, as well as for the national elections. And it's so easy. You essentially just go online and request a form for whatever, and you send it back in. It's like as easy as sending a check in the mail.
Yeah.
So I think people overcomplicate
Some people don't know what a
things
I was
check
going to
is.
say,
in their
and
head, and they make it sound like it's a lot harder than it actually is.
I think people feel a little intimidated
Yeah,
by it.
especially because I think most people don't. It's not something you're really taught. It's just something you're told you're supposed to do at some point.
Yeah.
But no one, kind of shows you like exactly where you're supposed to go and how you register to vote. But everyone expects you to vote at the same time.
And I think a lot of people our age, too. So I was registered originally in South Carolina, and I actually moved my registration over to Mississippi to vote. And I don't think a lot of people realize that you don't have to be like, I don't have a Mississippi license plate or an ID, and neither do you.
Neither do I.
And we were able to still vote because I don't know how exactly that whole process works. But
You just basically go and register in that county. You have to have obviously a proof of residency
You
in
can't
the
just show
state.
up.
And the ladies They're so sweet at the bowling place. The last 2 years that I went in there, you still got that Oklahoma driver's license? Yes, I know. I'm sorry, but here's my. You say basically just have a proof of residency, and I think people, again, like Courtney said, overcomplicate it. They're a little intimidated. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated. You know, I mean, because it's a lot. It can be a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing to take away from like the idea of voting and why it's so important to vote and why you should go and vote is this idea of, oh, well, I want things to change, but things are always going to be the same way that they've always had been, and we're not going to be able to change anything. When if you vote, like, you will see more people in government who represent you, who look like you. There's going to be, you know, me, Sydney, and Stephanie all go vote, and we're going to end up seeing people, women of color, women that are going to be in office because we want them to represent our ideas as much as everybody else's ideas.
Yeah.
So I think, too, if you're looking for a change in your government for you, voting is the best place that you can do that and begin to see that happen.
And it starts at home. It starts locally in those local offices.
Those local races matter.
They're
Definitely.
so important. There's not enough stress, I think, put on local elections and how important it is to vote in them, because that's where you're going to see the biggest impacts that will ripple into your national government eventually.
So don't give up. Let your voices be heard, people. Let your voice be heard. Okay, so something a little more fun. I think we got the importance of voting out there. Go vote, people. So this has been something that I thought would be a fun little, it's not really, I guess, controversial, but, you know, the memes going along.
Topic.
Yeah, it's a big hot topic for me, I guess. The Baby Yoda memes and the cat memes, the mad cat memes. I know
like
there's, you see a lot.
The woman yelling at cat memes.
Yes.
That's me. I'm the person. I'm the lady. You were supposed to be the cat, but you just looked at me like I was an idiot.
But what's so funny is you see people like finally, they're like, if I see one more of them cat memes or whatever. But I have to say, I'm a big fan of the angry cat.
I like Baby Yoda more than I like the Angry
Yeah,
Cat.
I love
Okay, tell
Baby
us why.
Baby Yoda has my heart.
Tell us. I will say he's a cute little thing.
His little
But
eyes.
tell us why.
Okay, so have you actually watched The Mandalorian?
No.
Okay.
You don't
So,
have to.
let me- hang on.
You just need to
Well-
look at Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
That's true, but I'm not. Well, I think the reason I like the cat meme more just
Right.
because I haven't watched like any Star
Right.
Wars.
Well, it's kind of like,
or-
well, and I think there's like a misconception, like, because it's actually not Baby Yoda. He's a different character altogether in the Star Wars universe.
Oh,
He's
see,
just
that
like
I
the same
didn't-
species.
Yeah, my boyfriend tried to explain that to me, and I was like, no.
Yeah, he is the child. That's his name in that series. But anyway, he's really cute, and like, there's a little scene in the series where he holds a little coffee cup, and it's like me when I first wake up.
I
Like,
think it's because
those are my
Yoda is
favorite.
like such an
I'm that
old
cute.
character that the meme is obviously depicting like you being an infant. It's like you as an adult, but still
Yes.
having infant child tendencies.
millennials.
Yeah, essentially. So it's really relatable.
I
like,
love the ones
me
where...
waiting for my chalky milk is.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
I love the ones where he looks so happy. He's like, and it's like me when my cheeky nuggies come. And I'm like, yes!
And then
All
it's
right,
like when I wake
Scott.
up from my nappy nap and I have to go to worky work.
Yeah, I'm like Scott though. I do like the cat memes a little bit better though. I do. I really
As our
relate to those.
resident meme queen, I'm gonna say that Baby
Who
Yoda.
assigned you that?
The people of the universe.
She likes to give
She just
herself-
named it that.
She
I
gives
wish
herself
I
a
could think
title.
of one of
My
my
Twitter
favorite
says
cat
meme queen,
memes.
so it must be true.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you that.
Now I know you didn't talk about this, but have y'all seen the one where it's like do something or draw 25? It's like a Uno.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
that's
saw that.
the
I haven't.
Yeah, it's funny. There's one reminding me of your dog Leo. It's like show me what's in your mouth or draw 25. All the dogs.
Leo would draw the entire Uno deck before he shows me what's in his.
Maybe our wonderful
funny.
production staff can drop a picture of Leo in here later.
Oh, with the draw 25 thing?
Oh, sure, yeah, let's do that.
We had Leo in, like, depicted in. After
He's been
Hours
in every
Before.
episode.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
I want him in every episode because that is my next career move.
Oh, yeah, we talked
to be
about
a
this.
dog
We talked
mom
about this.
influencer. I don't want to be involved in any on camera things. I want my dog to.
Eventually,
make me
you're
money.
going to be phased out of the show, and we'll
Leo's
bring
going to be
Leo in.
sitting right here.
Probably better talent than I am, honestly.
If you haven't seen Leo, go look him up.
Please.
Amazing.
So speaking of media, you want to be a social media influencer. Streaming on media has changed.
Her reaction to you
Love
is just fantastic.
I can't even look at her.
I'm
Was that
sorry.
not a good segue?
It's getting there.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Working on it. Okay. Many people. I can't. I'm sorry.
Just let me know when you're done.
Yeah, just look away.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Cindy. Okay, so Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV, there are all these streaming devices. And we ran a story recently.
I know
I got some
Cash.
beef.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have major
Cash is
beef.
mad.
Why do you have beef?
Now hear me out before you start talking over me because you're
Disagree.
gonna freak out, okay? Because this is real beef. Okay, so let's just. So you know how Friends was removed from Netflix? Hold your thoughts, okay? Don't come for me. So they took Friends off of Netflix. They took The Office off of Netflix. Do you know why?
No.
'Cause
I
they're
do,
doing
but I'll
really
give you your
well.
moment.
Because
And the networks wanted them back to make money.
Well, he
because
did tell me.
NBC wants to launch a streaming service.
Okay, yes, because they're all doing it.
Is anybody going to actually get a subscription to NBC when you have a subscription to like 6 other things? I mean, NBC just
Well,
feels
people are getting subscriptions to
I
Disney
think
Plus,
what would
and they
be
got
smarter
Hulu.
is
I
I think the smarter thing is for companies to start making deals with each other
Right.
as opposed to doing their own individual
Well,
one.
that's what we had. Like, they were making deals with Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is more of a moneymaker because I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have every network. I'm not going to pay every network $7.
That's why you
I
need
think
to
I'm-
use my method of getting people's passwords and then trading them out for other people's passwords, so then you don't pay for
I
anything.
think they will eventually
So you're
catch
promoting
on
illegal
to
activity.
that concept, but I think right now everyone's seeing how we're moving out of
Right.
cable television to everything is streamed, and
Which
I
don't do
think
that because that's
Like,
everyone's just quick to jump
your
on
local
it.
news.
Not everybody, like, this is no shade to any network, but, like, not everybody is Disney. Like, you can't just do what you want to do.
Well, Disney was such a powerhouse, like,
That's what I'm saying.
you know, consistent powerhouse. I mean,
And they're catering to a specific market of
Right.
millennials who want to
Right.
relive their childhood.
You can't say, like, oh, I had a hit TV show, I'm going to pull it, and you're going to have to pay me for it. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. What happened to like old-fashioned DVDs? Like I've got the Friends.
I
who
will
owns a
say-
DVD player?
Okay, I have a collection of DVDs.
What happened to VHS tapes?
I got one of those.
Good.
I have a VHS player still, and I have a
VHS.
whole box of like all the Disney.
When's the last time you
So
plugged
I have
one
a roll
those
of
in?
film,
well,
and I
it's
just
not-
have
I
I have an
don't
old-fashioned
know that.
projector, and I just crank that old film
Shut
out.
up!
And
I don't even. I go back to books. You know, I don't even know what a TV is.
wow. Books. Wow.
You don't read.
Excuse me, I can read it. I read a page a month of my book.
Okay.
So what's your what are y'all's guys' favorite streaming service
I
or
think it
platform?
depends on like what I'm trying to watch.
Yeah.
That's where
Well,
I think it was
have all of
Courtney
them
who
because I've stolen
said.
passwords.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
Lord.
I think it was Courtney who said something about like them all merging to one because that's my problem. I like certain or certain shows that air on NBC. I like shows that air on ABC. I like shows that air on CBS.
Yeah,
Where
like-
can I find them all?
We really like CBS
Netflix
shows.
is still a powerhouse.
I really
Really
enjoy CBS.
adore a good CBS show.
Love
I like Netflix.
I don't know what to say after that. I just don't know what to say.
I
After
would
that.
say
What about you,
Netflix.
Stephanie? What's
I
your
would-
favorite?
I would say Netflix and Disney Plus are my two favorite
Yeah.
right now.
But I've
But
still got to try Disney Plus just to
Is-
kind of
Hulu's good, too.
relive.
Hulu's good. I would say I prefer Netflix over Hulu.
Yeah. I feel like Netflix they just have more for everybody. They
Yeah.
got a little something for the whole family.
And their originals are so good.
Exactly.
Well-
you can't beat.
well, a good thing about Hulu, now that I think of it, is that if there is a show on like cable TV and you don't
That
have
is
and you don't have
that's-
cable, it
that's
comes
what
out.
I do.
Yeah, it comes out the next day. So
Yeah,
I am
Riverdale.
actually waiting for a show tomorrow, y'all, because I don't have
Are you
cable.
waiting for
I'll be honest, that's what I have to do too. I have a lot of. I mean, I
Stephanie,
don't
what
have
show are you waiting
some.
on?
Grownish.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, come on.
Let's scoot on back.
I haven't heard of that
So
one.
what are y'all
Is it?
binging on your?
I just binged The Circle and finished it yesterday.
Is that good? I've heard so many.
I
people
got
talking
so
about it.
into it.
What's it
when I
about?
was-
Yeah.
So basically, it's a reality show where you're in a competition with a bunch of different players to like get to the end as
I've
like
seen
the
this.
top
Like Survivor.
person. So like they're all in separate rooms and they have to like convince each other that they're like the people they say they are, but they're only allowed to use messaging and they're basically like you can catfish people to get to like
Oh, I do
the
that.
My
all the
favorite.
time.
end.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's like, and so like I'm watching it, I'm like yelling at catfish, and they like play games and stuff, but I'm like, I want this catfish to get caught and go home, and I got
I love
super into
catfishing.
it.
Now I want some catfish.
I know.
I mean, I am hungry right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Does
Not
anyone
gonna
have some
lie.
catfish
Is it
around
catfish
here?
season? Do they have seasons?
I don't know.
I don't
Ooh,
know.
Zatarans is the best.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of.
Ooh.
How does that song go? Zatarans. You know the commercial?
The new hit
Are you thinking of that rice brand?
Maybe that's what I'm
I
thinking
don't know
of.
why, but when you said the theme song, Six Flags immediately popped in my head with the old
my
man. And that's like
God.
completely off
Dude, that old man is horrifying.
Can we get a graphic
Yeah.
of the old Six Flags old man?
The old man.
He's like,
I don't remember that. Luke, how much time do we have? Because I'm not watching you. I don't think he could hear me over
Do we
there.
have any more topics? Oh, I can see in the control room. What are they
Yeah,
saying?
our wonderful executive producer just gave us.
Oh my God. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching us on this episode. We'll see you guys next time.